Let's see, I have a fanfic of Cyan and Flax being pretty romantic. Oh shoot. That's freaking awesome. Huh. I want to make a nice comic, mini comic with Flax and Cyan, but it's like uh, it's like something that I should probably keep secret, but yeah, I don't know. It's a nice song. You should listen to it. Okay, so now to express my thoughts of how gay Flax and Cyan are. Oh my god, very so homosexually gay for each other. They just feel each other's bare chests in the middle of the night in a nice secluded place somewhere far deep into the forest. We're probably in like an old abandoned cabin where they oh god, I don't know what they do in the cabin. It's a nice cold summer night, or it's a warm summer night as Flax and Cyan fly above the forest, fly above the sacred lands. They decide to go and take shelter in a small abandoned cabin in the woods. For the trip to the palace was very long and far, and they felt a bit too tired, and not at all in a rush to make it back at all. Yes, you are blushing, I see. Almost homosexuality gay, and said afrothunder while trying to do a deep voice. Absolutely. Let it to be canon. I want it to be canon, but I'm afraid of the backlash that I may receive from it. The amount of harassment I get from it. It makes me wonder, should I still go through with it? Is it worth it? Baby, let me hear your guys' honest thoughts. What are your thoughts about homosexuality? Okay, let's see. I 100% support LGBTQ characters. I have some of my own. Cyan and Flax together would be absolutely adorable in my opinion. Lovely. Yes. And Rocket Tech decided to sleep shirtless. Good job, Rocket Tech. We're all proud of you. Yes, standing up against the shirts and stuff. God. Me improvising a freaking story that I think I could still make up. Depends. How deep do you want me to go into this story, if I could? Like, where's the limit do you want me to put the story if I were to continue it? Mind turning for the gayness. Let's see, if you receive backlash from someone, tell them they'll cry about it. Yeah, I'm still on that path. It's taking me a while to recover, so I'll grow a backbone soon. Just give me some time. I'll be there. Let's see. Cyan noticed Flax has unzipped his shirt after a long fly. Cyan blushed hardly and crawled to Flax, pinning Flax to the wall while sitting. Already, come on, man. You gotta tease the audience, man. You can't just go in for the kill. You gotta tease it. See, that's the thing with fan fiction. They just want to get to the nitty gritty part. They forget that the soft and creamy part is an emotional experience, man. Okay, let's see. If people want to harass you over having gay characters, it's their fault and they are totally not worth yours or anybody else's time. I want to work on my Just Shapes and Beats comic, but I'm afraid of being harassed too because my cube's a trans man and I absolutely love him. Oh shit, a trans man cube. That's so cool. Now I'm curious. What do you have in store? Yeah, Jesus comic, calm down. God. Cyan and Flax come across a cabin in the woods. They decide to take refuge inside. Ah. Oh my gosh, Cyan, it's been like a long ass flight. I sure am like tired after all that, says Flax. Then Cyan says, yep, me too. Who would have thought that patrolling such a big area could be so much work? Oh my god. Yep. Flax says, shall we check if this cabin has a bed? Like, sure. Might as well. I'll see if I can get a fire started. Flax searches around the small cabin to find a nice tucked away cushion. A sack filled with some fluff of some sort. Cyan was able to find some spare logs around the fireplace. And with his awesome powers, he was able to start a fire, which lit up the cabin, gave it a nice warmth. Why do we need to set up a fire anyway? We already have powers, says Cyan, being a skeptical little nut. Then Flax says, no, it seems very atmospheric. I really like how it bounces or makes the cabin a lot more cozy. They both huddle near the fire. Flax bringing a nice tattered old blanket to cover them both in. They sit and stare at the flames until finally one of them spoke. Cyan says, wow, this blanket is really dirty. And Flax is like, yeah, but look at the designs on it. I find it cute how it has like a nice pattern on it and stuff. Then Cyan's like, yep, freak. Hold on. I'm still trying to figure it out. Where do they go from here? And Cyan knows that it's like impossible to argue with Flax since Flax is like so freaking passionate about the softer things in life, the things that are very beautiful and sentimental. That was one of the things that Cyan really admired about Flax. That how he was able to look at the world in such a bright, enthusiastic way. He always had a he always made every bad situation sweet because of his positive outlook. He absolutely admired that about him. Sometimes he wishes that he could be the same too, not always stressing about the fate of the world and stuff. Sometimes Cyan just wants to sit back and just relax and not worry about how the weight of the world is literally on his shoulders and that any mistake that he did would result in the death of shapeanity. Guess then Flax has to say something at this point. Cyan's gonna choke on dick. He can't choke on a dick. He doesn't have a mouth. And he doesn't even have a throat either. Come on, man. Let's see. Guess Flax looks at Cyan and just notices how tense he looks. Figured he must be thinking about his responsibilities as a knight again. Always just so stressed out. Just everybody depending on him. Everyone depending on him. If only there was a way for Flax to make him feel more relaxed and at ease. There must be something that he can do to help Cyan be more loose, I guess. God. God. He decides to like cuddle up more to Cyan and give him a nice warm embrace to remind him, a nice gentle reminder that he's not alone. Yeah, of course, Cyan has sausage for dinner. God. Let's see, do the knights even have a PP? It depends. I think, yeah, they probably do. Because they have to reproduce other shapes too. But they haven't gotten lucky in like several thousand years, so. Yes, next objective, freak Cyan. It depends. You guys want me to go that far? Because I risk also getting banned. Let's see. Let's see. Nothing wrong with me. I'm going along with your lore. Very arrow B pointing to the obvious path. Okay. Oh, God. Anyway, the Flax scoots closer to Cyan, giving him a nice warm embrace, letting him know he's not alone. This action makes Cyan snap out of his depressive, emo, gothic mindset and realizes what he has in front of him, or with him. His absolute bestest friend in the whole world. His first friend ever since they became knights together. He remembered that they both promised each other that they were going to go and explore the world together once they earned enough money from their jobs. But things just didn't go as they planned. Never did he expect that in his life that he would ever become a knight. How the world has changed, how everyone has shifted their attitude towards them. They were once treated as simple peasants, now treated almost like gods amongst their people. How all their plans just to go to a nice tropical area together. They just got stumped because they became knights all of a sudden. Yeah, so you know. Lore, this is partially canon. Yeah. Let's see then, how was Silax made? The knights get pregs? They can't be prigs. I don't even know. Yeah, bestest friend. They're the bestest friends. Yeah. Flax just got friend zoned. Yeah. Yeah. Cider and Shamrock better not ruin the gay moment. Of course not. They're watching Cube right now, and they don't even know where they are. So, God. Let's see. Cyan remembers back in the days when he first met Flax and how very sociable he was. He was the kind of shape or person that you could just open up to. He didn't know what it was, but Flax always just had that type of aura about him, that aura about him, that you just want to open up all your feelings to him and then have him tell you that everything's gonna be alright. Ah, God. He absolutely loved that. That was it. Let me put my balls in your jaw. They don't have mouths. Oh my God. Okay, I'm trying to like think what else do I need to express about these characters. We can't get to the the freaking sausage party yet, people. We gotta set the mood. Ah, God. Let's see, I guess after a moment of silence, Flax decided to break the silence by saying, "Yep, wonder, hope that the other knights are taking care of Cube and stuff. Because, you know, we never really let Shamrock and Cider alone with Cube, because, you know, they're gonna do something crazy, like light off fireworks or something." Ugh. And Sign goes, "Yep, I swear, if I have to get after Cider for, like, I don't know, planting bombs inside the toilet again, I'm gonna murder him with a stick." Yeah, that didn't make any sense. I don't know, Cider's probably gonna vandalize something with, like, paint or something. I don't know. And Cyan continues saying, "I just hope that the palace is still in one piece when we return." Yeah. I'm trying to think. One of them has to make a move. The Flax has to make a move. Flax is gonna make a move. What is he gonna do? Let's see. I guess Flax, with a bold surge of confidence, decides, or he decides to put his hand on Cyan's hand, and is like, "Yo, what up?" No, he's not gonna say that, but he's gonna say something like, "Hey, your hands are really cold." And Cyan's gonna be like, "Oh, they are? I didn't know. I thought, like, my gloves would, like, protect him." And Flax is like, "Well, yeah, they protect a bit, but, you know, it seems like inside your gloves is still a bit cold." He decides to slowly take off Cyan's glove and just examine his hand. Yeah. Then he just realizes how nice, soft, and smooth Cyan's skin is. Oh my god. Cyan says, "Oh, is there something wrong with my hand?" And Flax is like, "Oh no, it's nothing's wrong with it. Looks fine. You know, as a matter of fact, it seems like it's getting warm in here. I should probably take off my gloves too." Oh. Flax takes off his gloves, and then Cyan sees that Flax is doing that, and he decides, "Yeah, you know what? Since we're gonna be here a while, I'm not in any rush to go back and see what the other knights are up to, the other shenanigans Cider has done. So I might as well, like, kick it here." So he decides to go and take off a lot of his stuff. Crap. He starts off by taking off his boots, and I'm just trying to think, how do their outfits come off? Yeah, it's rare for Flax to, like, be near Cyan, but he always tries his best to get near him without, like, creating any suspicion, because he doesn't want Flax to, like, or doesn't want Cyan to hate him or be uncomfortable around him. He always tries to give him space, and then give him space, but yeah, also be there whenever he needs to. Yay. God. Well, let's see. May I ask what's going on? Burnt Pizza Toast 98? I'm improvising a fan fiction that may go to rated R, but I'm trying to, like, figure out how to get there. I'm pretty sure, well, originally they don't penetrate each other. Because that's not the kind of relationship that Flax and Cyan have, but for the sake of this makeshift fan fiction, we're gonna get there somehow. Something has to trigger it, I swear to God. I'm trying to figure out. And, you know, after a while, the cabin seems to be getting pretty hot. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a cheap way to go, freak. Yeah, no penetrate yet, people. Come on. Okay, I got it. Okay, yeah. this freaking cabin gets hot. Cyan gets too damn hot. He decides to just take off his shirt. Yay. Because it's so freaking hot in the cabin. Who would have thought a freaking fire in the cabin would be so freaking hot? Yeah, I had no idea. You know, it's rare for Flax to see Cyan shirtless. He's always been covering himself up. Just the sight of his bare chest just makes him blush. But he can't stop staring. Yeah, he gazes on his magnificent body. Sees all the nice scars and scratches from the battles before. Each little scar and wound and thing, each has a story to tell about each fight they've been through in the past. That makes him admire how much of a strong character Cyan was. How he's just able to get his ass kicked but yet still come back up every time. He was so heroic, you know, such a heroic, loyal shape. If only Cyan could see the amount of good in him that Flax sees. Yay. Alright. Okay, so my internet just went out for a bit, so hopefully it won't do that again. It was crazy. Okay, Flax observing Cyan's battle scars. That's where he left off. Right. So then, let's see, observing his battle scars, then see, he wanted to find an excuse to touch his bare chest. Let's see, what? Yeah, Flax wanted an excuse to feel Cyan's bare chest riddled with battle scars of past fights they've been through. And as if some higher power was listening to him, a spark from the fire popped out and hit Cyan on his chest. Spark of flame popped out, hit Cyan on the chest. I guess Cyan flinched in shock of the little hot speck. Being eager, saying, "Oh my gosh, let me check it out. Let me see if it like left any scars or something." He quickly just goes up to Cyan, and before Cyan can even say anything, just places his hands on his chest, just feeling around, but yet still trying to make it look convincing that he's giving him some sort of medical care. Makes some sounds like he's absolutely observing, seeing what kind of stuff is happening, checking if there's like any injuries and stuff. Yeah, everything looks fine here and stuff. Yeah. While he just slowly just rubs his hands all over his chest, or feeling every bit of bump and muscles under his skin, even though they probably don't have muscles, but you know, this is a fan fiction, so who cares? Exploring his nice rigged area with his fingers, just exploring Cyan's body. Started with the top, his chesticles, or fitting man boobs and stuff. Then slowly trails down just to feel the abs and stuff. Then he snaps out of his trance when Cyan begins to flinch first. from Flax going a wee bit too low. Cyan says, "Oh shoot, you're going a bit too low, Flax." And Flax is like, "Oh shoot, I'm sorry, man. Didn't mean that. Just checking your body for any like scars or injuries, you know. Yeah, just being a good old pal. Nothing suspicious here." Ah, Flax just stammers a bit and he's like, "Oh shoot, I'm so sorry. Didn't mean to go that low. I was just checking if your body was okay and stuff." And Cyan's like, "Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind. It's just, it was just shocking to me. I wasn't really sure what you were doing and stuff." He's like, "Yep, uh-huh." Yep. Yeah, I have to get to the action somehow. Let's see. So, Underworld. Flax looks at Cyan and he's like, Cyan. Cyan's like, "Yep." And Flax is like, Flash just hesitates, trying to figure out what he's gonna say. Cyan notices his struggle and tries to help him out. And they try to like say like, "Did you need help with something?" And Flax is like, Flax seemingly just basically giving up on trying to pursue Cyan. Says, "Not buddy, it's just hot. I guess I'll have to take off my shirt too and stuff." Because Flax just don't think that he can get inside that tight butthole, I guess. I don't even know. Yeah, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. God. So Flax, trying not to be weird, just tries to take off his shirt. I guess the zipper is stuck. So then Cyan comes over there and says, "Hey, you need help?" And Flax is like, oh shoot." He blushes and then accepts Cyan's offer. You can feel the absolute strength in his hands, how it just tugs on his shirt until finally, Flax is still like lost in thought, trying not to think anything naughty, because that would be bad for their friendship, because he doesn't want Cyan to like hate him or something. A nice pop and a zip, and it scared him. He yelped a bit. He's like, "Eat!" It just like sort of like jerks back in a way. And Cyan's like, "Oh shoot, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you." Or, I got it. I unzipped it. You're welcome and stuff. And it God, and Flax is like, "Oh shoot, thank you." Then Cyan decides to just help and take off the shirt for Flax. And then Flax is just like, What are you doing? Are you actually like really helping me take off my freaking shirt? Like, I didn't ask you permission for me to take off your shirt and stuff. I just wanted to be a good friend and help you out because you were struggling. And I'm like, I don't know. And then Flax is like, "Oh no, so it's alright then, it's alright." Because Cyan sort of like freaks out and tries to correct his mistake, but then Flax keeps on trying to assure him and stuff, and then I don't think they're both in a bit of a panic until finally they just both just drop on the ground, or they just sort of like, yeah, they both just end up dropping on the ground with Cyan on top of Flax. Yeah, the two shirtless men on the ground next to a fire. in a cabin in the woods. Oh, that is so sexy. Yay. None of them dare to move because it feels like a freaking bomb trap or something. Till then, Flax decides to slowly reach up and cup Cyan's head, and then just bring his face closer to his. Then just give him a long, very sensual kiss. They stay on the ground for a bit. I don't know. It's a long kiss. Just imagine them. They're on top of each other, and they kiss. Yay. Once the kiss is over, Cyan's a bit shocked. And he's like, "Oh shoot! What was that?" And Flax is like, "I just wanted to kiss you, you know, because you're like so hot." And Flax feels that he might have messed up, feeling that maybe their friendship is over now because he decided to come out to Cyan so freaking soon. And Cyan decides to grow some balls and freaking cup Flax's face and give him a nice smooch too. And then they just begin to embrace each other. And he slowly just does the thing that Rocket Tech does to freaking Blixer all the time. And then I gotta slowly pulls them down while also just gracing his hand on his thighs. We gotta stand up so I can fully take these off, so that then he does. So Cyan gets up, he takes off his pants, then slowly takes off Flax's pants. God. You know, now I feel ashamed for talking about this. Anyway, they both pull down their pants and they both get to see each other in the nice nudity. Just seeing that thinking about all the things that they've both gone through, all the fights they've gone through together and stuff. It was crazy. Until finally they decide to embrace each other, give each other a nice bear hug, and fall on the goddamn floor. So this is Cyan and Flax's first time. They're not really sure how to do it exactly, but they're gonna try to improvise until they get something down. God. Yeah, they were sure that someone had to penetrate someone, okay? But how are they gonna decide that? Who's who? Well, I guess they sort of decide that Cyan's gonna be the one on top, because he was on top before, so why not be on top again? So then he attempts to try the freaking doing it while he can still look at Flax's face. So he lifts up Flax's bottom half and puts it on his lap. Flax's bottom half on his lap, just so I can angle it better into his child gun. Now you all start thinking about the safety of sex after they're doing it, huh? Slowly puts it inside, loads up freaking Flax's chamber, of course, and the sounds coming out of Flax makes it really very erotic of some sort, and it gives Cyan a lot more motivation to continue, since he really does care about his friend and doesn't want to hurt him. Goes deep, gives Cyan motivation to keep going, he found the noise that Flax was making very, very special, and he was determined to hear more of it. So he decided to continue to make it more, uh, just to hear more of Flax, because God, hearing Flax do the moans is like hearing angels sing, okay? Going up and down with the waves. Very soft and gentle. He decides to put his hands on Flax's chest and sort of caress it in a way to give off them nice little tingles, you know. Flax then begins to like arch his back, just embracing it, the sort of like giving the motion that yes, you can have me. I am all yours, Cyan. Yep, Cyan still an amateur at this. Tries to improvise, thinking, what can he do to make this a better experience for Flax? Because he like cares about him so much. Cyan then begins to lean over and to also get himself in a nice acrobatic position of where he's both rubbing his chest against Flax while also still having his bullet inside of his chamber, you see. From that, I guess Flax gets even more excited and absolutely loves to feel Cyan all over him. It's like Cyan is a pool that Flax is swimming in. And there's just water everywhere, just like you get water in all different parts of you. So you know how that is. Every bit of his fantasy just coming true all at once. And I don't know if he can even handle it. It's just so much for him to handle. Oh my god. Well, Flax gets into a bit of a phase, almost dozes out in it, just drowning in the sea of pleasure and love from the one person that he absolutely truly desires. I freaking know. It feels like he's gonna like explode. He's just gonna bust, or as the kids say it, come. Being in this type of predicament, Flax decides to warn Cyan of his upcoming nuclear bomb. Very sudden. And Cyan, being the gentleman he is, I don't know, tries to make it a good experience to him. Freak. And then just turns it into a hard mode. His pistol has turned into a machine gun and it's tearing up Flax. Yeah, he has loaded his ammunition and now he's pulling the trigger. Oh my god. And then the gun goes a rat-tat-tat-tat, just like the Heavy with his gun. What was Heavy's gun name from Team Fortress? Sasha. Yes. Cyan is using Flax like Sasha, like how Heavy uses Sasha. Crap. I swear to God, why do I keep... This is so freaking hard. How can I focus on this while focusing on this at the same time? Life is so hard. Crap. Anyway, he does the nice heavy machine guns, and it makes Flax even more excited, and thus he prepares his he prepares for the final countdown to his rocket being launched. Yes, God. So as as the numbers begin to count down, it gets even more. It builds up with even more and more pressure. Oh my God! Until finally he reaches the blast off. Oh my God! And it just, I guess it just blows a hole into Science's chest. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Of course not. Well, anyway, I guess Flax is done. But you know, now it's Science's turn. So then he has to do his countdown too. So he still keeps up the pace until finally he shoots off a rocket launcher inside of Flax, which is how they made Silax, clearly. Well, you know, after he released his rocket, they both just sort of collapsed on the floor, holding each other in a way, just like, oh shoot, we actually just did that. That was freaking awesome and stuff. So then they just sort of like cuddle for a bit and reminisce of what they just did. Then once they get their breath back, they decide, yeah, we should probably clean up all of our children that we splattered on the floor, and get our clothes on, and then make our, well, you know, they're not gonna go back to the palace. They're gonna spend the night in the cabin. So yeah, balls. Anyway, do they get their clothes on, or maybe just spend the night in the nude and stuff? So they decide to sleep together in the nude underneath that shaggy old blanket next to the fire all night until finally morning comes. They both get up. They're ready for the day, and they head back to the palace. Yeah, and no one suspects a thing. Okay. And thus they lived happily ever after. The end. Yep, how was that? How was that? Cause now I feel dirty. But yet also proud. But yet also dirty. But yet also proud.